Hello everyone, today is a new day, new life, new beginning, and a new lesson. So our lesson for today is the continuation of our lesson yesterday, which is the non-zero, or it is the negative exponent. Okay? So our lesson for today is about negative exponent. So when we say negative exponent, for a is not equal to 0, so a raised to negative n is equal to 1 all over a raised to n. Thus, a raised to negative n is the reciprocal. When we say reciprocal is 1 over or over something. Okay? So, reciprocal means interchange of a raised to n. For a is not equal to 0, so 1 over a raised to negative n is equal to a n. Okay? Okay. So, the n here is the exponent and the a here is our base. So, to understand the lesson well, we're going to discuss some examples. So, we have number 1, 3 raised to negative 2. So, simply move that, make a bar line. So, since we need to get the reciprocal, so this is over 1, right? So, get the reciprocal. This one will be on the denominator now. Remove the negative sign and then the one below must be on the top. So, this is our answer. But we need to simplify first. So 1 now, 3 squared is equal to 3 times 3, 9. So this is our final answer. Okay? So, next, example number 2, we have d raised to negative 4. So how do you get the reciprocal of this? When we say reciprocal, interchange the numerator and the denominator. Again, if this is considered as whole number, there will be 1 below. Okay? So again, make a line. Then, the negative number is on the numerator. So, we will move it to the denominator. So, copy and just remove the negative sign of the exponent. And then, of course, 1 on the top. Then, since this is not a number, it is letter or variable, then your final answer will be this one. Okay? Next, example number 3. So, we have here 1 over 5 raised to negative 3. So, again, just get the reciprocal, put a line, and then the negative numbers will be, or negative exponent will be moved from denominator to numerator. So, 5, copy, 3, and then remove the negative sign. And then 1 will be below. And of course, any number divided by 1 is equal to the number itself. So, 5 cubed, 5 times 5, 25 times 5, we have 125 all over 1, or simply 125. Why? Any number divided by 1 is equal to the number itself. Got it? Next example, the same with example number 3. We need to put a line. Then the negative will be put or transfer. So since the e negative raised to 7 is on the denominator, then let's move to the numerator. Reciprocal. So e raised to 7, remove the negative sign, and then over 1. Or simply, since this is not a number, then just write e raised to 7 without the denominator 1. Final answer. Okay? So, I'm going to give you more. Okay, so for example number 5, we have here, so if you notice, we have negative 2 as base and m as base. Okay? And the negative 2 exponent is only applicable with the base m. Okay, so copy negative 2. Next, m raised to 2. So that is on the numerator. So let's move it to the denominator. So we have now copy the base m and then change the negative into positive. So this is already your final answer. Okay, why? Because negative 2 has an exponent of 1. Remember that if there's no exponent written, the exponent is 1. So that's it. Next, example number 6. So we have here negative 3. We have m and n as bases. So since negative 3 has an exponent of 1, so simply copy negative 3 on the top. That is numerator. Put a line. Next, m to the 4th is positive, so remain on the top or on the numerator. And if you notice, n has a negative exponent, so let's move it to the denominator. So from numerator to the denominator. Remember the word reciprocal means move reverse. So from numerator to denominator, copy n and then simply copy 5 without the negative exponent. So this is your final answer. Okay? Next, let's move to number 7, which is more complicated. So negative 2, e to the negative 4th, and f to the power of 5 raised to negative 6. So since there is a close and open parenthesis, then negative 6 as exponent outside will be distributed to all elements inside. So the rules of exponent, first rule of exponent, you're going to multiply the negative 6 outside to all the exponent in all the elements inside. So let's start. We have negative 2 raised to negative 6. Next, e, negative times negative is positive. Then 6 times 4, 24. Next, f. So, positive times negative is negative. 5 times 6, 30. Okay, so is this our final answer? No. Simplify. Let's put per line. So since the exponent is negative, so let's move to the denominator. So negative 2. Don't forget to copy the negative sign because negative exponent and negative base are different. Okay? So negative 2, and then the negative sign on this power or on 6 will be removed. So 6. Next, e to the 24th is positive, so remain on the top. So e raised to negative 24, or positive 24, sorry. And f raised to negative 30 will be moved on the denominator. So f raised to 30. So is this our final answer? No. So we need to simplify 2 raised to 6. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 2, 16. 16 times 2, 32. 32 times 2, 64. So our final answer is e raised to the 24th power over 64 f to the 30th power. So this is our final answer. Okay? Next example, number 8. So again, this is the same with number 7. So anything that is inside the close and open parentheses or all the elements inside the parentheses will be multiplied by the exponent outside the parentheses. Power to power. So we have b, negative times positive is negative. 5 times 4, 20. Next, c, positive times negative is negative. 5 times 3 is 15. Is this the final answer? No, because the exponent is negative. our exponent must always be positive. Next, so put a bar line. So this one is over 1. Therefore, 1 will be on the top, and then everything will be on the denominator or below. So copy B, just remove the negative sign. Copy C, copy the exponent without the negative sign. So this is our final answer. Okay? Okay, so for example number 9, we have here negative 3 divided by 5 raised to negative 2. So put a line. Then next, since negative 3 has an exponent of 1, which is invisible, so simply copy negative 3. Next, so 5 raised to negative 2, it's on the denominator, so let's move on to the numerator, reciprocal. So 5 multiplied by 5 raised to 2. Okay, so everything is on the numerator now. Next step, negative 3 multiplied by, do first the exponent. Remember the PEMDAS, order of operation. So parenthesis, exponent, and then multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So we will do first the exponent. So 5 squared, we have 25. And then parenthesis na tayo. We're going to multiply the sign first. Negative times positive is negative. 3 times 25, we have 75. So our final answer is negative 75. Next, number 10 example. We have here x raised to the 6th power and y raised to negative 4 power. So put a line. Then since the numerator is x raised to negative 6, let's move to the denominator, reciprocal, and then remove the negative sign of the exponent. And y, the same true. Since it is a denominator, then let's move to the numerator and then remove the sign of the exponent, which is 4. So this is our final answer. Get it? Next, number 11. So in here, if you notice, we have 3 raised to negative 3 exponent, and then divided by negative 2. So our denominator is negative 2, which has an exponent of 1. So it remains on the denominator. So we have negative 2. And our numerator is negative. So let's get the reciprocal. So if you get the reciprocal, let's from numerator to denominator. So let's move. So we have now 3 raised to 3. Remove the negative exponent. If there's no number here, then that is automatically 1. Next step, copy 1 and then perform the operation. Just copy negative to outside, following the PEMDAS or order of operation. Let's start with the exponent. So 3 raised to 3. So 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 3, we have 27. Next, we have copy 1. Negative times positive is negative. 27 times 2. So 7 times 2, 14. Carry 1. 2 times 2, 4. Plus 1, 5. So our final answer is 1 over negative 54 or negative 1 over 54. Okay? So you can also write like this. Negative 1 all over 54. They are the same. Okay? Okay, next, number 12. Last example. So in here, if you notice, 25 and 15 are both divisible by 5, which is their greatest common factor or GCF. So 25 divided by 5, we have 5. 15 divided by 5, we have 3. Next, let's follow the highest exponent, right? But in here, for you not to be confused, just put first those numbers on their positive exponent. Okay, so in here we have 5, and the denominator is 3. Next, A7 is negative. It's on the numerator, so let's move on the denominator. So we have A change to positive, and B6 remains on the top. Next, denominator, A2, the negative 4th power. So since it's on the denominator, let's move to the numerator, which is A to the 4th power. And then B, it is negative, so move to the top, B to the 4th power. And C is negative, so let's also move on the top. Okay, so simply write in here since we do not have space. So we have here C squared. Next, let's simplify. So we have 5, and then 3a to the 7th power. Next, we have b, 6, and b6 and b4. So we'll simply add their exponents. So 6 plus 4, first rule of exponents. And then a to the 4th power, and then c squared. Okay, so remember that we also have a7 below. So the second rule of exponent, we're going to move or subtract. So we have here 5b, 6 plus 4, 10, and then c squared. Next, below we have 3a raised to 7. So remember that if they have the same and it is quotient, we're going to subtract the exponent with those the same base. So a7, a4. So 7 minus the exponent smaller, 4. And follow the greater exponent, right? So 5b10 c2 all over 3 copy a base a. Then 7 minus 4, we have 3. So our final answer is 5b10 c squared all over 3a cubed. Okay, so that's all for today. This is how we do the negative exponent. We just need to get the reciprocal or move those variable with negative exponent or numbers with negative exponent. So get the reciprocal means if it's on the negative exponents is on the numerator, then move to the denominator. Or if the negative exponent is on the denominator, then move it to the numerator. And remember that negative base is different with negative exponent. Okay? Only those have negative exponents will be going to move. If the base is negative and there is no negative exponent, then it retains on their place. Okay? Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you learned something from me, and I hope that I'm going to see you again on the next video. Thank you for watching and keep safe. Bye and thank you.